We are Grassroots Garage, and this is a Datsun Heaven series.
What's that, Art? You want to do a burnout? Is that what I heard?
On this episode of Grassroots Garage, the next installment from our Datsun Heaven series, and we've got another OG from SoCal, Art Brown, and his beautiful, original, unrestored Bluebird coupe.
Grassroots Garage. We have Art. Art, thanks for your time.
My pleasure, absolutely.
Tell us about your car.
My car is a 1970 Datsun Bluebird SSS version. They call it the coupe.
The coupe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I bought it about 20 plus years ago. I bought 4 of them, all SSS models, real models. And I sold 2 lately, and I still have 2 left. The one here, which is the only one that drives. The other one is in primer because I've sandblasted it, media blasted it to get it ready from the ground up.
Wow.
So that's where that one sits, and this one still runs, looks pretty decent, but it's original, not restored.
Nice. Love that. Gee, it's in phenomenal shape for original.
But if you look close, you'll see little rust bubbles here and there.
Okay. Yeah. Slowly starting to happen. Yeah, got ya.
People forget that Japan's an island in the middle of the ocean, and all the salt water just corrodes things.
That's right. Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah. Is your country in an island too?
Australia's an island, but we're a bit bigger than Japan. We're a bit bigger, so you get inland, it's dry. It's
That's
very,
right.
very similar.
I think it's a continent, mate.
Thanks
for the geography lesson. It's a Japanese car originally,
It is a Japanese car
and
originally.
then it was imported to America in the 80s, or
Yes.
the 70s even, wouldn't it have been?
I bought this one 20 years ago about.
Okay. Yeah.
I fell in love.
Yeah, I honestly can't see why you'd fall in love with this. Hey, it's not like it's the most beautiful car in the world or anything. It's like
Well, there's enough of the real 510. I say real 510 of the original 510. From the window sills down, it's almost exactly like the regular American 510. But from the window sills up, you have the sloped in the rear roof line, and the interior is much more sporty, more luxurious.
And what was it about the SSS motor?
And this motor has a bigger cam, dual SU carburetors, and bigger and better valve train, and bigger ports in the head, and some other more minor things. We don't have power brakes, for instance, in ours, but they do on a lot of the Bluebirds. I changed the transmission to a 5-speed because we had these big get-togethers up in Mount Shasta, which is a 14-hour drive, and I didn't want to drive a 4-speed for 14 hours up and 14 hours back. So I put the 5-speed in. That's about the only thing, and the battery.
Oh, I don't want to.
So this is only a 1600, but it's original to the car.
But so with that bigger cam and the twin carburetors, this would have been really sticking it to some of the big American cars back in the 80s, wouldn't it?
Well, closer to it. This is only about 110, 115 horsepower, whereas the stock 510 back in the day was like 92 horsepower. So it's a meaningful amount of horsepower, but when you compare it to the hot rod Camaros and Mustangs of yesteryear, Trans Am type style, we couldn't touch that, but it was nice for our categories.
Interior is pretty much as it came out of the factory?
No, people are going to get mad at me, but what I did was I got these Recaro seats, and back in the day when we could go to pick apart yards and find parts, I got 4 pairs of seats, and I cut the center inserts out of perfectly good seats, and I had them sewn into these Recaro seats.
Wow.
So they look like they're original.
Don't they? I thought they were.
But they're not.
No, they're not. They're Recaros.
Yeah.
Gosh.
And this is the original 510 insert,
Wow.
even to the little
Jeez,
button.
that's a lot of effort. Tell me about the Datsun scene back in the day.
I started in '83. I was a police officer going to the academy, and I wanted something to run back home on the weekends. So I bought a 4-cylinder original wagon, 510. Didn't know what it was, just bought it because it was cheap, economical. And started looking at the lines, washing it one day, and I thought, oh, this is kind of cute. I didn't say cute.
Yeah.
Cool as heck.
Yeah.
And so I painted it Porsche red, and I put trick seats in it, dropped it on the ground, put big wheels, a killer stereo, and people started going, hey, to me.
Yeah.
And I go, what's wrong with these people? And then they pull me over and say, hey, are you in one of the 510 clubs? And I never heard of a 510 club, and they told me to come to Nissan headquarters that weekend. I went down to Nissan headquarters, and there was like 30 510s there of all kinds, and I was hooked ever since, and that was '83.
83. Wow. Wow, how good's that?
So I've been a little in and out, but mostly in all the time and involved. I had like 15. I have like 11 left.
15.
Yeah, want one?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. Why don't you ship it to Australia?
You pay shipping.
Yeah.
Crawford is the better ride.
Yeah. Oh, fantastic.
Remind me of a girl I used to know. Sweet Tanisha.
Sweet Tanisha.
Now I wonder why I didn't get named.
Alright, stop here for Peter and do the burnout you just did.
Okay.
Here we go. Ready?
What's that, Art? You want to do a burnout?
Yeah,
He
he's
wants to do a
trying to make
burnout.
So you've seen the full spectrum of no one knowing what they were to no one wanting them
Right.
to now being super collectible.
Absolutely. And things like this are more money.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So if that, I know you're never going to sell it, but if it did ever come up for sale, what do you think that's worth?
24, 25.
Yeah, I reckon, and the rest.
That's 1,000.
Yeah.
There'll be those who go 100? No,
Nah.
1,000.
You know, it's pretty special when you meet guys that have been in the scene for as long as Art has, and Art, we really appreciate your time.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
That wraps up this episode, but stay tuned for the next one. It's an absolute doozy. We catch up with BRE's Pete Brock and leave Seema in his V8 powered Datsun 510. What a perfect way to end our USA trip and our Datsun Heaven series. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share and tag a mate that loves Datsuns.